In 1980, it organized the USA's first World Day for Laboratory Animals Protest.
PETA.
PETA has always been at the forefront of the animal rights movement, and in 2014, they showed why it's more vital than ever. Here's just a little of what PETA accomplished for animals this year.
Mama pig and her piglets were rescued from a dreadful pen.
The pigs were living in deplorable conditions, and they were waiting to go to slaughter, so they can look forward to enjoying their long and natural lives.
Valley View Chinchilla Farm in Vista is no longer in business after being sold to a member of PETA as it rescued more than 400 animals from electrocution.
PETA debuted the virtual reality experience iChicken.
After they put you in the slaughterhouse, I actually felt kind of afraid. I could actually feel myself going on the conveyor belt, cows being killed, and I saw my chicken friends like they were food, and so that made me feel really sad.
This exhibit may be capable of teaching people empathy.
PETA's Youth Outreach Division, PETA 2, turned kids into superheroes for animals at the Vans Warped Tour.
PETA wants a memorial marker to remember some chickens killed in a crash.
First Lady Michelle Obama getting heat from PETA for planning to use 19,000 real eggs.
First Lady, we need to talk. Stop using real eggs.
PETA is asking President Obama's teenage daughters to go vegan for Thanksgiving to support animal rights. Yep, as opposed to the other reason teenagers go vegan on Thanksgiving, just to be difficult.
We're out here to prove to people going vegan is tastier and healthier.
If there was ever a time when this girl might sympathize with the animals that she and her family kill, we think that it's now.
PETA has suggested a ball run to swap the annual running of the bulls.
PETA always does these extreme stunts, so shows like this talk about it and gets it on the radar screen. Brilliant move by the part of PETA.
PETA united vegan vendors with hundreds of eager shoppers at its first annual pop-up shop.
People care about not only what they're putting in their body, but what they're wearing as well, and it's plain to see today.
Educated Christians on being better stewards for animals at its newest website, JesusPeopleForAnimals.com, and continue to show Spanish speakers around the world how to stop supporting animal cruelty.
Vuélvete vegano y ve de compras hoy mismo.
Millions of people watched and shared PETA's hard-hitting investigations and other eye-opening videos, garnering more than 90 million views on PETA's websites and social media.
A young elephant called Sunder was being kept in solitary confinement, tightly shackled with heavy chains. A mahout violently beat Sunder with a thick wooden pole. Finally, the Bombay High Court and the Supreme Court directed that Sunder be freed and rehabilitated in the company of other elephants. He spends his time enjoying his natural surroundings, swimming in ponds, and living as all elephants were meant to live.
You've worked with PETA. You urged parents to keep their children away from the circus, the use of animals in the circus.
Circuses bully animals every day.
If you're thinking about going to a circus that uses animals, please reconsider.
It would be very questionable to start taking sentient creatures and sticking them on a set.
He's very much an animal lover. He's a PETA activist and everything. To have live animals, it would have put them under a lot of pressure, so it was cool that he didn't.
There's something that feels not okay about in any way antagonizing an animal for the sake of entertainment.
We need to ban the carriage horses not only because of concern for the animals, but for public safety.
Horses don't belong on the streets of New York City.
That's the furthest from the way these animals should be.
People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals and the New York Times published the findings of an undercover PETA investigation.
They say that you and your top assistant trainer, Scott Blasi, subjected horses to cruel and injurious treatment.
Can you understand why some people are going to look at this and say, who are you kidding?
Well,
when I have kids, I can't wait to take them to SeaWorld. Maybe they'll get lucky. See one of the trainers get their legs ripped off.
Come on, Jason, stick to the script.
All right, all right. PETA is stepping up its fight against SeaWorld with a new controversial ad.
Would it keep you away from SeaWorld?
I think it would. The stock is down more than 30% today.
Big names like Trisha Yearwood, Willie Nelson, and Hart have canceled performances at SeaWorld parks.
PETA protesters tried to block the SeaWorld float. Police arrested 19 animal rights activists, including a 12-year-old girl.
I want every family to know that SeaWorld is a cruel industry.
Please, boycott SeaWorld.
I consider crustaceans sea life.
not seafood.
Go on, get your feet wet and try eating vegetarian.
I don't need a dead animal or dead piece of flesh to go into my live body.
My goal is to live a cruelty-free life. It's really easy not to buy and wear a fur.
These are innocent animals that are nothing but love. I'll never put on a mink coat. It's just not right.
More than 35 clothing brands from H&M to Stella McCartney say they're going to stop using Angora.
You hear about people wearing fur, but you don't think about what they're doing to the animals.
I'd rather ink myself instead of wearing fur. No matter what the pain is, it's not going to amount to what the animals are feeling.
You see fur ads for this company. They're choosing to hurt animals, and you are paying for it, and we can help stop it.
The images that you're about to see might make you want to turn away.
PETA showed millions of viewers around the world how workers beat, jab, kick, mutilate, and even kill terrified sheep for wool in the US and Australia.
For decades, the National Institutes of Health laboratory in Maryland has confined hundreds of monkeys and bred dozens of babies each year to be predisposed to mental illness. Experimenters laugh when one mother struggles to remain awake to comfort her distraught infant.
At Black Forest Bear Park in Helen, Georgia, 17 bears were kept for years in barren concrete pits. With nothing to do but beg for apples and bread from tourists, they paced back and forth inside their bleak dungeons, showing signs of severe stress and deprivation. Finally, in January 2014, the bears were rescued.
17 grizzly and black bears arrived at their new home, a far cry from the roadside park where they were once held.
A dairy farm was shut down after PETA released footage showing emaciated cows wading knee-deep in manure, and a pig-abusing slaughterhouse that PETA exposed was forced to close its doors as well. By working with prosecutors, PETA helped put animal abusers in jail, and PETA's investigation into the blood sport of Taiwanese pigeon racing prompted the first-ever mega raid of the country's largest club.
Air France is reportedly the last major European airline to ship primates.
They're intelligent animals. They have feelings.
China's Southern Airlines agreed to stop shipping primates to laboratories on deadly one-way flights. PETA spoke up for animals tortured in laboratories by disrupting experimenters' meetings.
This is cruelty, not science!
And the transport of primates to labs.
And PETA scientists attended dozens of conferences to promote modern, cruelty-free research methods.
The days of dissecting the frog or the cat in biology class could come to a close. The New Hampshire Board of Education has reached an agreement with PETA.
PETA persuaded the U.S. military to replace the deadly use of animals in many training courses with human simulators. With the help of its supporters, PETA donated dozens of high-tech surgical simulators to end deadly medical training on animals in 9 countries, helped pass a ban on animal testing for household products in India, and persuaded the 3rd largest cigarette manufacturer in the U.S. to stop forcing animals to breathe tobacco smoke.
Cats are domestic animals who belong indoors, and they depend on us to keep them safe, healthy, and happy.
Want to go for a walk? Let's go!
PETA set up a hay station at their office.
During this kind of weather, we urge people to please bring their animals inside.
We'll soon see stencils on parking spaces that say, "Too hot for spot."
There are millions of dogs out there that can bring you just as much love and joy as any other dog that you could buy.
It's cruel to bring that many animals into the world that cannot be taken care of. So spay and neuter your pets.
I found a hairball on the bedspread. Someone dumped the water bowl over. Would you know anything about that?
Chances are there's a low-cost, free spay and neuter clinic near you.
PETA celebrated its 100,000th spay-neuter surgery, sterilized more than 400 animals in a single day at its 24-hour snip-a-thon, and snipped more than 10,000 dogs and cats throughout the rest of the year.
I very much thank PETA.
It's fantastic that they do this.
They're awesome.
Thank you, PETA. PETA's field workers rescued thousands of dogs, cats, and other animals, and brought comfort and relief to thousands more.
If PETA gets its bite into something, they're going to see through.
PETA's not about to go away anytime soon.
And now that you've caught just a glimpse of what PETA did for animals in 2014, let's make next year even bigger. To find out how you can help, visit PETA.org.